lap bump and let's get ready to roll. So often my rolls with Logan are very fast and very aggressive. He's quite good at dominating me and keeping me in the positions that he wants to. Sometimes he'll give his mama a break and let me get into a seemingly good position, but then often he'll just come up on top and smash me right back down like that. And then once Logan's done smashing me, it will be Matt's turn. So same thing, very fast, very aggressive, finding myself in compromising positions all the time. Because of this, I have devised a restorative yoga practice that I like to do. Guaranteed it will help free your neck, open up your shoulders, and just calm your mind, especially if you find yourself discouraged or deflated or exhausted. I'm thankful for my boys and our super hard rolls, but I'm also thankful for the yoga that I teach and the yoga that I do to balance out both my mind and my body. So for this practice, you're going to want to have a wooden block that you can lay over. If you don't, you can roll up a blanket or a book. Anything will work. But basically, you want to put this block between your shoulder blades and at the base of your shoulder blades so that you can actively open your chest and release your head down to the floor. Always start with your knees bent until you find that you're comfortable, and then you can straighten them out. Keeping my legs active will create some stability. I also want to make sure that I keep my chin in line with my sternum and I don't move my head around. This is going to give a really nice lengthening to the back of your neck as you open your shoulders and your chest. I like to move my hands in this position to open up my shoulders a little bit more. Being a ball and socket joint, I like to create the stretch that moves all around. I have tight shoulders because of Jiu-Jitsu, so this is very, very helpful. The block is a great thing to use. If you've never used one before, I highly recommend it. The simplicity and versatility that it gives you and the support will really help you open up your shoulders in a way that you weren't maybe used to without the block. So staying in this pose as long as is appropriate for you, you will start to find that even with the wooden block in your shoulder blades, it becomes more comfortable and it's almost like your shoulder blades start to envelop the block a little bit. As I stay here, my head releases a little more and I can feel the stretch to the sides of my neck. And then as you're ready to come out, you want to make sure that you bend your knees and then use your hands to bring your head to tuck the chin in and use your arms to push yourself out of the block. Now you will still feel that block in the shoulder blades and it feels really nice. And then the next pose I'm going to go into is a supported Pashimo Chanasana. So again, I'll use the block to support my head, maybe not going as far into this pose as I normally could, but just using it to get a nice stretch to the back of the legs and a little bit of softness to my spine and my upper back. Keeping my head resting on the block offers some support to the parasympathetic nervous system, as well calming the brain and allowing you to cool down if you're feeling overheated, aggravated, or agitated. Make sure that you keep breathing, finding nice smooth inhales and nice smooth exhales, and staying here for as long as appropriate for you. As you feel you're ready to come out, you're going to inhale, lift your head, and then start to bring yourself out of this position. So the next pose we're going to do is a little bridge pose, Setubandha Sarvangasana. I'm going to take the block at the lowest height and just place it under my hips. Again, I want to keep the chin in line with my sternum, and then I can straighten my legs out here. So this is a very nice supported, easy way to do a little bridge pose. You can also put a bolster under there if you want something softer, but just allowing the abdomen to open and the chest to open feels really nice. Now, if you want to go a little bit higher, you can also turn the block on its highest height. So this is going to offer a little more stretch to the back, or if you're a little bit more flexible, this might be more appropriate for you. And again, you can start to straighten out the legs. It is more difficult, but it does offer a very, very nice stretch here. kind of like a shoulder stand. It will offer a calming effect to your brain and to your body. So either keeping your legs bent or straight is up to you. And then again, staying here for as long as appropriate for you. And then as I come out, I'm going to take the block, lower it down so that my hips rest on that lower level again. I also turn my knees in towards each other and widen my feet a little bit just to create softness into the hips and make sure that everything is relaxing appropriately. Then next, taking the block out, I'll release my hips down and then hug my knees into my chest. So giving yourself a nice big hug here will feel really, really nice to the back and start to open the hips a little bit more. And then let's move into one spinal twist. So I'm still going to use the block on the other side to support my knee. And that way I don't have to rest my knee down on the floor, and I can get a little bit more stretch into my shoulders and concentrate on my spine. So keeping the one leg straight and the knee bent, I'll rotate around my spine and start to look over my shoulder. Again, you want to make sure that you keep breathing in these poses, staying here as long as you like to, and then when you're ready to, inhaling and coming up. Always pausing in the middle, hugging the knees in, just to recreate that balance on the left side and the right side. And then I'll take the block to the other side and twist over. So you can see how I let the shin rest on the block, and that way it's not too compromising for my hips. As I extend the arm out and look over my shoulder, I get a really nice gentle twist to my spine. And also just giving me a calming, restorative kind of feeling. Remember to try to hold each pose for an equal length of time. And in a restorative practice, you're trying to hold them a little longer and do less repetitions. And then as you're ready to come out, you can bring your legs back in. And then just rest with the knees together and feet out wide. And then just using this time in Shavasana to calm the mind, not thinking about the past or present. And then as you're ready to, coming up, using your hands. And hopefully you feel restored and ready to roll.